Well, good morning, everybody. Hey there. All right, it is Tuesday and it is time for Business Tip Tuesday, my favorite day of the week, and I'm excited to be bringing you just a great topic that I'm pretty sure is going to speak to you either right now or at some point in the near future. So, one of the things that I have done for the past 6 years that I have been part of the Team Beachbody organization is I have gone to events, whether it is Summit or Leadership or the Success Club trips or the New Leader Conference, and I've been a part of their events now. And every single time that I come home from an event, number one, I'm fired up. I am excited. Number two, I have more notes in my notebook than I can even sort through. Number three, my brain feels like it's going to explode with great information, of course, but with all of that great information sort of leaves some people feeling this feeling of just fear of the fact that it's like this post-event feardom. I think that's the best word for it, is just that fear of not knowing where to start, not being sure of what direction to go first or what's the best use of your time. And, while you're inspired and you've been given a long list of new products that are launching and just motivation and social media tips and better ways to run support and accountability groups and help your customers, achieve their goals, at the same time, it's like, where do I start? How do I organize this information in such a way that it makes sense? And I totally understand where you're coming from because I have been there so many times before. One of the things that I have found that works best for me is to just take some time to let it soak in. On the plane ride home or once I get home, even this morning, I just sat in peace and quiet before I turned on my computer, before I even opened my phone. And I just asked myself, what is it that I want out of my business, even just short term in the next 6 months, in the next month, the next 30 to 45 days. And I started to think about, how do I want to shift in my business? And I also asked myself, what are my goals? What's my why? How is my why in my business actually physically changed? Do I still want to achieve the rank or the recognition that I have been striving towards achieving so far? And these are questions you do want to ask yourself. And I want to just encourage you to be honest and be open about how maybe your goals have changed. Because a lot of times we come back from events and we think that we want to go slow and steady. And then all of a sudden we see people on stage and we're inspired by other leaders that have gone before us. And we say, well, if they can do it, then I can do it too, right? And so we start to maybe dream a little bigger and maybe lift off that cap of where we were creating maybe some self-limiting beliefs previously. And we start to say to ourselves, if the sky is the limit, what would I want to accomplish? And we begin to set different goals for ourselves. And so I encourage you to actually journal this out, write it out, come face to face with the goals that you want to achieve in your business. And then I want you to share it with the person that sponsored you. Share it with your success partner. Share it with your significant other. Make it public. Because when you make your goals public and you talk about what those goals are going to do for you financially, physically, for maybe those that are in your business and are surrounding you, when you share that and you make that public knowledge, everybody becomes a part of it. You become accountable to that. And without thinking, I want you just to go for it. Just go for it. Just say it and you'll figure it out along the way. Then, number two, once you say out loud what the goal is, I want you to write it down. Make it the screensaver on your computer. Make it, take an image, something that signifies that goal that you want to accomplish. Put it, print out a picture, put it on your goal board, make it the screensaver on your phone or put it on your bathroom mirror and maybe write some words of affirmation that every day you're going to repeat to yourself as you're working towards that goal. And then the next part of this process is you can't just make a goal, make all these affirmations, print out the pictures to create the vision so you can visualize what the success looks like. You just can't do that stuff without taking action. And this is the next part. You've got to educate yourself. What does it mean to be an elite coach? What does it mean to be a star diamond coach? What does it mean to be a top 10? What does it mean to be a diamond coach? And so I want you to take the time to understand what that goal means. What are the qualifications? How many people do I need? What is that gonna look like? And make a list. And then at this point in time, if there are any questions or gray area that you may have, this is a great time to ask somebody else in the business who has either done what you want to do, is a mentor of yours, is a success partner, how on earth to get some of those questions answered so you can get to the goal that you want to accomplish. Then you begin to back yourself into it and you say, okay, if I want to advance in rank, how many people do I want to bring into the business? If I need to make, X amount of dollars every single week, how many, new customers do I need to bring on? How many new distributors do I need to bring into my organization, right? What is that going to look like? So then you say to yourself, okay, that means I need to invite or talk to or sign up X amount of people per week, per day, in order to reach that goal. And when you begin to break it down into pieces where you can understand, okay, on a daily basis, if I do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to move closer to my goal. It takes this whole post-summit sort of overwhelming feeling and just puts it to a halt. Because look, we're all going to be overwhelmed at one point or another. But the way you get organized is you sit down and you dissect the goals that you want to accomplish and you say, how can I make this manageable? Then the next thing that you do after you've understood the goal that you want to accomplish is you just make a list of everything on your mind that is a to-do list item, things that you would like to accomplish. And when you start to sit that down and make a list, you're going to then take a highlighter and you're going to say to yourself, okay, out of all of these things on this list, what are the things that are going to, number one, get me to my big goal quicker? Number two, what are going to be the best uses of my time? And then what are some of the things that I don't really need to focus on right away? Those are just some nice to-dos, but I don't absolutely need, that's not going to bring me business right in this exact moment. And so for me, you guys can see I've already created my list of things that I want to do. And I have essentially just circled the top 3 to 5 things on this list that I know that I need to do to help myself get towards that ultimate goal. And then what I do is I just work from that list every single day and I start chipping away at the things that I can control. All right. Now, here's the other thing. There are things that have been launched, things that we can take advantage of now, and there are things that we can take advantage of in a few months from now. The best way to just share the experience is not to wait. Get it out there to your followers, to your customers, to the people that have seen you just come back from this amazing event. Do a live video. Tell them what this event meant to you. Tell them how it may have impacted your life. Share that with people. And then also what you want to do is if you have a blog or, if you have a like page or a business page, share an album of images and talk about new product launches, talk about new programs. Also go back in and make a live video later this week on your why. How has your why changed? How has this event impacted you? How did it strengthen your mission that you have created for yourself in your business? And so you want to work off of the momentum of an event at number one, inviting people to join you, creating a very clear call to action, sharing your takeaways, and then also simply explaining what the heck the event was that you just attended. Because a lot of people on your social media are not a part of your little bubble and circle of influence in the or organization you're a part of. So you want to share what was the event, who was it for, how did it impact you, and invite people to join you next year. All right. So those are some things that you want to consider sharing as you're going through this process as well. Okay. And then last but not least, the biggest thing is this. Yes, anytime you start something new, it's a little bit scary. Every time you start a new goal for yourself, it's a little bit scary. But here's the thing. What doesn't challenge you is never going to grow you. And as uncomfortable as change is, as uncomfortable as it is to set large goals in your life, they are essential to your growth. You always have to remember that every entrepreneur out there started long before they felt qualified, they felt ready, before they had all the answers. They took that leap of faith and got started. And that is what I encourage you to do today, is to practice that simple discipline of saying, I'm taking action every single day and I'm purposeful towards my goals. Even though there is no guarantee that I will be successful, I have the courage to take the leap of faith because I believe in what I'm doing. I have the passion and the perseverance and the never give up attitude. And I realize that there is no excuse for my inability to achieve my goals in life, because the only person that is going to determine success is you. And when you begin to take ownership of this post-event feardom, when you begin to give it a name, when you begin to validate it, and then you say, and this is how I'm going to deal with it. I won't let it paralyze me, but I will use it to help create clarity in my business, to give me a greater sense of purpose, and to help me move forward. So with that being said, what are we going to do post-event? Number one, you are going to make sure you understand the ins and outs of all of the things that you learned at an event. You're going to rack and stack them based on the orders of importance. So most important to least important. Circle the top 3 to 4 things you want to accomplish this week that are going to be results-driven activities, which means they're going to help you get closer to the outcome that you have identified. The next thing is you're going to make sure your why and your goals are clearly defined and they are tweaked if they have changed since you've attended event. You are going to be accountable to that goal by sharing it with your success partner, your upline, the organization that you have. You're going to be public about that goal, and you're going to create visualization strategies to help keep that goal in front of you at all times. And then, of course, you're going to take action. You're going to take action every single day, and you're going to believe in yourself that you have what it takes to be successful, because you do. And I hear it all the time. The thing that limits people the most is their self-limiting beliefs. And so if you can lift that ceiling and just leap into action and fight the urge to go running into the hills and say, I'm not going to move forward, I promise you, you are going to have incredible success. So I know that this is a short Business Tip Tuesday today, but I wanted to make sure that I gave you just sort of that post-event action plan, because I really do believe that if you let too much time pass and you wait, the momentum is gone. The excitement has been lost. You need to share through video, share on live, make blog posts, get out there and share what this event has done for you in your life. And then the last thing is this. Make sure you invite people to join you. Make sure you leave people with a call to action. If they're interested, if they're curious about what you're doing in this business, either as a customer or as a distributor, give them the opportunity to join you and a platform to do that. All right. So with that being said, guys, would love your feedback on today's Business Tip Tuesday. I hope that it was helpful, and I hope that you have a very wonderful post-event week and you are all recovering well. So have a great day, and I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody.